This channel is sponsored by naturalhealthycbd.com. Go there for all your CBD pain relief product needs and use code Egocast10 for 10% off your purchase. I'm gonna have to come up with like an intro graphic for this shit. Alright, Cliff's Notes version for the people who can't pay attention for very long. Stormy Daniels went on 60 Minutes. She said a bunch of things. She told a bunch of stories. She had no fucking proof for any of it. Who gives a fuck? So that was like 30 seconds. Was that good enough for you? Do you feel satisfied? Like... But, I'll tell you what, that's essentially what I am about to say in long form. Stormy Daniels was on 60 Minutes. She said a bunch of things. She told a bunch of stories. She has no fucking reasonable proof for any of it. Who fucking cares? She went on, she told this story about how fucking she met Donald Trump, went on a date with him. He talked about himself a whole lot, right? Talked about himself a whole lot. Showed her a picture of him on a magazine. And she said, does this work for you a lot? Which, if he's leading with that, clearly it fucking does. Right? But she asked him that question as a sign to say, this is not working on me. So he kind of was taken aback, like nobody's ever spoken to him that way before. The reason nobody's ever spoken to him that way before is because he's got enough money and power, he can crush anybody he wants to. Right? So... there's just kind of a decorum there. You have to be a special kind of arrogance to just throw caution to the wind, right? Could land you in trouble. So, she says, you ought to take that newspaper and smack you on the ass with it, right? And Donald Trump says, what? She says, give me that thing. Takes it from him. Says, drop your pants. Donald Trump unbuckles his trousers and takes them off very timidly. And she gives him a couple of swats and that's it. Like, that's pretty much it. That's your Dear Penthouse forum right there. Like, fucking... So she smacked him on the ass with a fucking newspaper, whatever, and then from that point on, she had earned his unerring respect and admiration. And oh, you're a special one. Oh, I like you. We gotta get you on The Apprentice. Oh, you're a special one, right? So she tells this story about he really wanted to get her on The Apprentice. And he was dangling the offer of getting her on The Apprentice in front of her to keep her interested in him. Now, I don't know why that would be of interest really to anybody, be on The Apprentice. It seems like a shit show to be on. Just saying. I can see how it might get you somewhere. I can see how the rewards are good, but usually when it's a celebrity thing, they're fucking playing for charities anyways. They probably make a measly pittance. Probably not what they're used to. But for the... level of people that they get on the show, it's probably a decent payday. Right? So, that's why they get the people that get on the show. That's why they got Dee Snider and fucking, I mean, Dee Snider's going good with the House of Hair and shit, but, I imagine he's got time for side work. Right? I think he's still touring. I think I heard Twisted Sister was touring. That's pretty cool. Go Dee. I like Dee Snider. Strangeland's, really good movie. Anyways. So... that's why they get those level actors. That's why it's very appealing to a porn star to break into kind of a mainstream thing. Right? And he keeps telling her, I'm talking to NBC. Finally, it kind of winds up, I don't know, they wound up having sex. She said she didn't find him physically attractive, and I don't know why that question even really needed to be bothered to be asked. Who would find him sexually attractive? I don't know why anybody would find him physically attractive. He doesn't seem like a physically attractive guy to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not into dudes. Maybe it's because I'm realistic. Beats me. But, so they asked that. She said, no, I didn't find him physically attractive. I imagine that was just a dig for Trump, you know. He asked if she wanted to have sex with him, and she said no. She said she wasn't coerced, she wasn't raped, you know, it wasn't anything like that. She's not a victim. She just didn't want to have sex with him, but she did. So, alright, there's that. Apparently he cheated on Melania. She had just had Barron. That's very sad, if that's true. Trump says it's not true. She says it's true. She also said it's not true. She signed statements saying it's not true. Now she's saying it's true. She signed a non-disclosure agreement. Now she's disclosing. They want to sue her. She's fucking saying, please don't sue me. I don't know. She's trying to get lawyers to break up the non-disclosure. Those things are generally pretty fucking ironclad, especially if you've got a very expensive, high-powered attorney who's writing the fucking thing up for you. They called into question the payoff money. They want to investigate whether or not it can be considered a campaign contribution because the lawyer paid the money himself. The lawyer is the only one that signed the agreement with her. There's some question as to the validity of the agreement if Donald Trump doesn't actually sign his pseudonym upon it. But I mean, I don't know. It's with the lawyer. It's with her. What are you going to do? I don't fucking know. There's an empty spot. But there's 2 filled-in spots, and it's with the party involved and with her. So both sides are in representation. We'll have to see how that goes out in court. But I don't think she has a whole lot of fucking leg to stand on. So this might have been a bad move for Stormy Daniels to come out and tell all this shit. But, hey, she did. So, here we go. Here we are. Right? We'll find out what happens with that later on down the road. But there's question as to whether or not that would be considered a campaign contribution. Now, if they consider that a campaign contribution, it is exceedingly over the limit for what you can, as an individual, contribute to a campaign. That's a problem. But it's his lawyer paying somebody money on his behalf to meet into a contractual agreement with the lawyer who's paying the money. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of weird tanglement there. And they're saying that because it was around election time, that this hush money would have been something that would have contributed to the election, because had that money not been spent, then she would have told her story, and honestly it would have been just as effective as all the other stories that all the other women told during the same fucking time period. So, but the sex isn't the problem. That's what people are saying. The sex isn't the problem. I kind of agree with that. Who gives a shit who he had sex with? That's between him and his fucking wife. They're still together, so maybe they got an open marriage thing. I don't fucking know. It's not as if sex with a married president is a thing that's never happened in the past. So, whatever. It is what it fucking is. The question is the money. The money being paid. Therein is the fucking dilemma. Because if that winds up being ruled as a campaign contribution, that's bad news. That's bad for everybody involved in that fucking part of it. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. But pretty much all of her stories, there's no corroboration for it whatsoever. She's got no witnesses. She's got no evidence that she's shown. She has alluded to the possibility that there may be photographs or emails or video or something like that. Her lawyer has outright fucking pretty much stated, but not really, that he has a fucking DVD rip of something that he's saying is something, you know, whatever. So, but he's also advising her to not say anything about it at all. He's tweeting out pictures of DVDs saying, I got something, but don't say anything about it at all, you. I don't know, there's just fucking, there's a whole bunch of weird shit going on here. There's question of her obvious gain from this. She's saying that she's not doing this for gain, she's doing this because she's doing the right thing, yet she's gaining quite a lot. I had occasion last night to, before bed, do some research into this story. I went to Pornhub, checked out Stormy Daniels, and lo and behold, I saw a relatively recent stream of her. And I know what the sounds mean. That means that she's getting paid. There was a lot of sounds to watch her finger her butthole. No, I'm not saying anything bad about that. I'm just saying that you know, that's what was going on. Yeah, I'm certainly a porn advocate. I use it on a regular basis. But, you know, whatever. Gotta get the venom out somehow. But, yeah, like, so there's obvious gain there for this new notoriety, for this resurgence in her career. But also, I don't know if many people remember, and I may be remembering this wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, that Stormy Daniels ran for some sort of office at one point. I don't remember what, but she ran for some sort of political office at some point. Now, we have election cycle coming up. So, I wonder if she's going to be running for office again, because that could be very interesting. That could call into question obvious motive for doing this all together, if she does. So we'll see if she is that stupid. Who knows? But, yeah, it's just a whole big tangled thing. But, I mean, there isn't really much there. There's not really a whole lot. I mean, it wasn't really a whole lot of anything. You got the money. And that's a big thing. Everything else, just fucking hearsay. So all the salacious, scandalous stuff is just salacious, scandalous stuff. And you're going to believe it if you want to. You're going to not believe it if you don't want to. But I watched Megyn Kelly talk about it. And she asked her audience how many of them believed the story. And the greater portion of the audience raised their hand. And then she asked them a stupid fucking question. The question I would have asked them is, why? Is it because you don't like Trump and you just want to fucking believe it? Because it's a salacious story and you want to believe that he would send somebody to her car to threaten her and her kid? Or do you have anything in that story that actually sounds so believable that that just makes you believe it? Because, you know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of look at why you believe that shit. Whatever it is. And I'm looking at why I don't believe it. And the reason why I don't believe it is because I'm hearing somebody tell me a story. That's it. That's all I have. I have somebody telling me a story. And I don't generally believe stories that are that impactful to the world I live in, really, unless there's some sort of evidence to back it up. There's got to be something there for me to buy any of that shit, right? So, but as far as the payoff, that could wind up being an issue. But that is something that needs to be investigated. So another investigation has to be kicked up, I'm sure. And we'll have to see from here where it goes from there. I mean, that you know, we've got the court of public opinion, and they've of course already decided that he's very guilty because it sounds too good to be true. He's sending people to threaten her and her children, and big payoffs, and it's collusion with Russia. So, you know, there you go. There's all that shit. But, yeah, that's what's going on with the Stormy Daniels 60 Minutes interview. It wasn't really a whole lot of anything. I wanted to pull the clip. I wanted to go through it, but I mean, I listened to it last night because it was up last night, but today it is not up. And where it was that I went back to see if it was there, wasn't there. And what was there that I could get back to said that they had fucking put the hammer down and they had blocked all that shit. So, probably not going to have the actual interview on YouTube anytime soon. I imagine that 60 Minutes wants you to either not see it or watch it yesterday. I don't know. But if I were them, I'd fucking put it up on my YouTube channel. What the fuck are they thinking? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Not a lot of people know how to do YouTube. I'm learning that. But it is a thing. So I don't have it. I don't have the actual fucking clips. But I wanted you to hear from her mouth what she said. Because it's a lot more entertaining that way. But fuck. I ain't got it. I should have recorded it last night. What was I thinking? Whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it was. There was a lot of naughty stuff. Your penthouse forum. I was with the president. And then there was the stuff with the threatening stuff, which is a story that she told. And then there's the stuff about the money, which obviously needs to be investigated by the proper authorities. So, like I said at the beginning, she said a bunch of shit. She told a bunch of stories. And who fucking cares? Like, it's still one of those things where we have to see what happens. But everybody's going to fucking freak out about it for the next couple of months. And then we're going to have the new rift, the new divide amongst us. Those who believe Stormy Daniels and those who do not. So, yay. It's just that little bit more separation. Shucks.